We're gonna make another segment here, and I hope YouTube clears up their volume problem. I'm seeing so many people putting their personal videos on, and the volumes are so low, and you got to go through their premix or whatever. They have like a preview thing where you kind of upgrade the videos. They should do that automatically, especially if it's shaky. And I'm not the best guy with one of these cameras. Like I said, this aiming this thing is like. I don't know. I don't give a shit what camera you buy. None of them are decent unless I go out and spend maybe $1,000 or something. I got new hardware for Tara for the tailgate. She's just getting sanded down. And I wanted to make a point about this body filler, the Dynolite stuff. If it goes by the Dynolite or the lightweight. It took 2 coats just to fill like minor imperfections. And stuff that's left in paint. You can use this Dynolite, even though they say don't go over paint, you can. For like in these indentations, almost like a spot putty. And most of the spot putties, they either dry too damn hard and take too long to even dry. Most of the spot putties I found out are worthless. Or they shrink in way after the fact, as soon as the sun gets on something, after you paint over it. Especially when you don't have months and months. Like the show car guys, they'll let glass, fiberglass, and bodywork dry for months. And I have a whole dozen followers right now, but there she sits. Her back end's back together. All the clips for these taillights, they were all rotted and broken. There was one here sitting in the bed of the truck. I don't know if I probably threw it off, but even the clips for the screws and all that, I had to go get those. And this is not my favorite time of year to paint with this stuff coming off the trees. A week ago when I painted this truck, this was not occurring, but it is spring. And I drilled myself some holes. I put eye bolts in here because of the motorcycles and stuff that I build and the motorized bicycles. It's nice to have mounts and stuff. I got the hardware, it's just not on the truck. And I'm going over certain things with paint. I just went to the salvage yard, and then I got the rest of the pieces to the puzzle. Outside of the exhaust, I got straight bed supports because mine were all bent up. They were bent like bananas. They're over here in the shit can. As I said, I don't know what alcoholic. I drink a beer. It's beer 30. As you can see by the sun angle, it's late in the day. Motorcycles going in. But these were bent like a freaking banana. They weren't worth putting back on the truck. Even the rear ones. So it took me 4 hours today out at the U-Poet salvage yard because you can't use a goddamn torch. So you got to bust your balls out there because people are idiots. I busted my balls and I got it. Mud flaps are back on, and I'll put the wheels on it. But I just wanted to give you guys advice that kid's mother called me. She saw the video, asked about Tara, the Silverado, and how much it cost. Right now, I'm at about $4,300. I was at about $33, $35. I'm not being totally accurate. And I still need a door. I need a door and a back bumper. The back bumper's coming, just like my clutch master cylinders for these 2 motorcycles that I have to fix. They're not here yet. I don't know what's going on with the shipping and stuff like that. I have to call eBay. But there she is, and outside of the door will get on it, and the bumper will eventually come here. I got to get the bed liner. I want to actually coat that bed. I'm going to do that maybe next weekend. I have work to do. I have work building up, and people are going to start getting antsy with me. But we're going to wash her down, and then we're going to order the panels for the van. So that's what a Silverado turns out like. And I wanted to make that comment to you home folks, a mom or a dad. If you don't have the fortitude and you don't have the tools, a lot of people have the tools, they buy the stuff contemplating doing something, but they don't know exactly how to go about it. It's I think what YouTube was meant to be, is people will show you how to use those tools. It's just like I need those molding pieces up and down. And the fortitude comes from learning. And learning is knowledge on YouTube. That knowledge, just like the mud flaps, when I put the mud flaps on, I spray the shit out of them with a heavy-duty silicone so they don't transfer moisture. If they transfer moisture in there against the paint, they rot out. It starts rusting. And I got to get that pop rivet in. These damn things are such a big pain in the ass. Everything's made in China out of peanut brittle, just like that latch for the tailgate. And the bike's going in. It's beer 30. I'm having a beer. I don't ride after dark anyway. Not with the nutcases we have around here. But I went to the U-Pullet yard for operators and stuff like that, nuts and bolts. You're going to break nuts and bolts. In the U-Pullet yards, I wouldn't buy anything. Right now, like Harry's, I'm going to make a video out there. They actually have spotters of the cars and trucks that come in. And they got a team of Mexican experts there. They even have name badges on now and stuff, Domenico and Rodrigo's and whatever. And they attack the vehicles before the general public ever gets to their hands on the vehicle. So the yard is not what it's supposed to be. They should just sell them like a regular salvage yard. What they're doing is they're cheating you. They're making the Mexicans pull the shit themselves, and they're not even checking the quality or the quality level of it. But the general public basically never gets the benefit of the U-Pullet yard, because otherwise I could have got this stuff is in whatever. I got lucky. I don't know when that other Silverado popped up in there, but these operators were obviously replaced. These are a better quality than the original ones. The original OEM, which these are real cheap, lightweight metal. Even the insides where the spring are. So that's obviously something that was replaced on the truck. And the handle was gone. They left the operators. I was surprised the goddamn tailgate was still there. But the tailgate in the truck was all rotted through where the hinges and stuff go. And I bought those a couple months ago just to be able to use the truck because I had stuff to deliver and pick up. And while it was snowing and blowing, and I'm up at the PennDOT shed up there trying to find my ass with both hands in the snowstorms, I needed four-wheel drive. But as I'm saying is, you don't get the value out of the U-Pullet yards anymore like you used to. And this, like I said, this is not a filling mud. You need to buy a mud, okay? I use fiberglass first, the fiber-rated stuff, because glass and the tape is kind of obsolete unless you're doing vets and boats and doing some real high-tech repairs. This is not a filling mud. You need a harder mud like that. The other stuff in there, I have the Ultra, the Chromolite or something like that. That's a thicker, more Bondo-like mud, but it's still sandable. Just don't let it sit 2-3 days, or you're going to find out you're going to need a goddamn grinder to hack through it. Sand it out, and you know, after a couple of hours of it sitting, sand it out, and then if it needs another coat, this is for topping stuff or mild abrasions. And like I said, you can go over paint with it. You just have to let it sit maybe an hour or two, and it'll fill in, you know, where you got something like where the emblem here, the Silverado emblem was. I mean, it's going back on, but it still needs to be sanded out and perfected. So, in saying things to people, especially the ones that ping me with questions or called the shop, the number here, if you want it, because like I said, the mother was very concerned about giving her son $3,000 out of her savings to redo a Silverado truck. It does look kind of easy, but it takes